Hello, hello. Hi, let's see who's with us today. It is day 3. I'm so excited. So today's topic is food sensitivities, allergies, and asthma. Who is joining us on hump day? It's Wednesday. We are just ready to get things going, ready to get started with this training. So I am live. I'm going to go ahead for those of you who are going to be watching on replay. I am going to go ahead and start so you are not listening to me get everything going. If you do watch this on replay, put hashtag replay below so I know to contact you afterwards in case you have any questions. But I want to open that door for everyone. Thank you for joining me. Okay, so today, food sensitivities, allergies, and asthma. I am ready to get started. This topic is so dear to my heart. So yesterday we talked about weight loss, and I love to talk about the connections of allergies, asthma, food sensitivities to weight loss. How do those connect? All right, on day 1, we talked about the gut and that interconnection. All right, and I have to tell you, the gut is the center framework to everything we're discussing this week, to weight loss, to food sensitivities, to allergies, and to asthma. I did choose to specialize in gut health because as I mentioned, the topic today is the one that truly catapulted our journey into functional medicine, into functional nutrition. But our family tree found healing in hormones, in irritable bowel, in constipation, in diarrhea, in acne, all these things that were part of our family tree, our wellness tree, our healing journey and our healing tree. So as we talk about it in conjunction, toxic reactions in conjunction with weight loss, I want to tell you that your food that you eat every day can cause you to retain water weight. It's that water retention, the water gain. The inflammation in between the joints when that toxic reaction happens causes you to maintain that water weight, and it gives you a concentrated the water comes in to dilute the toxin. Okay, if it's seeing the food as a toxin, then the water comes into that inflammatory place and dilutes that. So then you have that fluid retention. If yesterday's topic hit home to you, please stay with me. Okay, I know 5 days of training can be tough, but it's worth it for your health, for your wellness. You can also watch the replays as needed. But I do not want those offending foods to be the result or the cause of your weight loss or weight gain. Okay, so again, we're going to look at what's causing it. Hey, Samantha, I'm glad you could join again. So we're going to look at what's causing that, how to stop it, how to heal our bodies, and how to get to a state of clarity. So as long as you keep eating those foods and causing toxic reactions, you will continue to hold on to water weight. We're going to learn more about those allergies and food sensitivities. So today is that topic, like I mentioned, that just hits home. I am so passionate when it comes to food sensitivities because I mentioned to you yesterday, in functional nutrition, I have access to a ton of tests. But I want you to make sure you get a test that's going to change the direction you take in healing your body. Like, how is this going to change our path of success and in how we're going to treat your body? We need to get answers around that. I don't really care like how you're aging. We can kind of feel that. But if you just get like, oh, you're like 55 and you're like a 55-year-old, but you're only 35, so you're 20 years advanced. Like, okay, let's find out why. How can we heal our body? How can we feel good? So for one reason that I'm very passionate about this is, food sensitivities became like aware to us through really not a mistake, but just I really feel like it was just a higher power that was leading us, and it was God's direction of leading us to more of a natural route. And I knew like blood testing had been done. It was an option. I just wanted to see what was offered. But other thing is, I am an Air Force veteran. Don't know if you knew that about me, but my husband is retired from the Air Force. I was in the Air Force as well. That is where we met. And I am an Air Force veteran. I saw many, many hardworking Air Force people around us, military people around us, get discharged for asthma and ADHD. The reliance on medication can cause you not to be able to reach a dream or a desire that you are striving for. Okay, so I don't want to tell you that there is not a reason for diagnoses. There is. Sometimes there is a purpose for that. But if there is an underlying cause that we can prevent, that is also, it's good to go there. It's good to go there first and really get down to the root cause. So I want to make sure like it's absolutely necessary when you turn to medication, when you turn to that diagnosis, when something is put in your medical report, because it may come back to haunt you. Okay, my cousin was refused access to the military because he had asthma on his charts from when he was 3. He had played hard sports his entire life, had really he had come off of some medication. Those hard sports did not, he didn't have reactions. They didn't cause asthmatic reactions. The asthmatic reactions were from other allergies, and but it prevented him from being able to go into the military and train because there's a fear there is a risk there. So don't let an employer see that as a risk. And a lot of times that is related to the military, but let's just say that our kids have that desire. Okay, if our kids have that desire, we want them to be able to fulfill that desire and for that dream. We also had our middle daughter kicked out of basic training because she had ADHD on her medical records. We'd never treated her for ADHD with medication, but there is that risk. It causes them to have to take an extra step and get a waiver. So if you have a little one in your home with asthma, allergies, any of those familiar diagnoses, let's continue to look at food sensitivities as a root cause. It really gives them freedom later on in life. It gives them freedom to honestly look at healing their body in a very natural way, instead of continuing to eat foods that trigger that response where they need medication to come in and help them. Food sensitivities is the one area that I really feel like we were misled and misdiagnosed. Food sensitivities and allergies. We were headed down the road of we had constant RSV diagnoses because the food we were eating was causing a respiratory reaction. But we were headed down the path of an asthma diagnosis, and as soon as it was mentioned, I said, please do not put that in his charts. I do not agree. And I do not want it there. And I was very adamant about that. And sometimes you do have to step in and be that patient advocate for you and your children, for your family. Okay, so I talked yesterday about being the gatekeeper of your home. This knowledge is so key. It is so key to keep your family healthy. So chronic conditions do not get systemic in your body. So because we have those chronic conditions and because we continue to ignore food sensitivities and even the toxins that come into our body, continue to ignore that they can be the fuel on the fire, y'all, we have gallbladders being removed, and digestion does not work well after gallbladder removal. If you've had your gallbladder removed, raise your hand. I have people reach out. I actually have a free resource on gallbladders, how to treat yourself after gallbladder removal, how to help yourself, maybe even prevent that. So if you're having gallbladder problems, please reach out. Medications are being prescribed for these conditions, and gut disorders are continuing to happen. Okay, they're continuing to become so extreme that it's more and more and more and more common. All right, we want to stop exacerbating the problem, stop being reliant on medication when toxins and chemicals can be removed. We can stop bringing those in. There are so many fillers in medications and over-the-counter drugs right now that fulfilling your body with a nutritional aspect is great. Now, I will admit, and I'm very open to say that this is it's a holistic approach. You may need medication, okay? My son is on some compounded medications. Again, he's allergic to corn, okay? So we cannot go pick up a medication from like Walgreens, CVS, even a prescription. A lot of times there is a corn filler in those. But they're a very natural, easy medication. But what I want you to know is that there are options. There are good options. There's bad options. You just need to be able to walk with someone like myself, help hold the hand, help you make those decisions around when is it the right time. Okay, when is it the right time to support your body, and hopefully temporarily as the body heals itself. Tyler is diagnosed with what is called mast cell activation syndrome, MCAS, and it is a bone marrow deficiency. So he may be on medication the rest of his life. And as a functional nutritionist, I am okay with that. Okay, I'm okay with knowing that there is one medication he may be on the rest of his life. You know what it is? It's salt water. That is all that it is. It's a formation of salt water that he consumes before he eats. And I'm okay with that because we've searched out natural options. I want you to know that I am not telling you not to go to the doctor, not to get the results and the information, the recommendations. I'm telling you to look at it and see if there's a way to treat yourself from the root cause, from the ground up, and take direction in that manner. When my husband and I were first married, he had children that I adopted and brought in as my own. And I love them, still love them with my heart completely. And one thing that we did is Cameron, our oldest, was diagnosed with ADHD and was on ADHD medication. As a result, his growth was stunted. They just grow sometimes at a slower rate and need that medication relief to boost the growth cycle. So, and the human growth cycle can be stunted by different medications. That's something that you can look at differently. So anyway, we got to Germany and had the opportunity to go over there and live for 3 years, which I mentioned in one of the videos. I've already mentioned that we rented a house from an herbalist. It was so amazing. But we got him off of medication and really looked at diet, okay? Gluten, dyes, sugars, all those things. We could see how the food was affecting him, but removing those foods also allowed us to remove that medication. You have to make a choice. All right, you have to make that choice in your day, in your life, and say, what is important here? So many people tell me, and my child would never eat that. And I'm like, mine, I don't know that he ate it before we had food sensitivity testing done or before we started this journey, but after we got results, I can tell you that I sat there and I was like, you have no choice. I mean, it honestly is a choice. It is a choice as to how you want the rest of your life to look. Coming from a childhood that my mother was diagnosed with cancer at the age of 4, and lost a brother at a young age as well, I can tell you that I don't want my children going through that. I can tell you that making decisions around our healthcare, our wellness plan, the decisions of what I buy at the grocery store, put on my table, what I clean my home with, those decisions matter more, okay, than what they like to eat. Because they have formed what they like to eat around what's available in our home. So that's what I want to encourage you with, is to change that mindset for you, your family, yourself, okay? you will change what you like to eat. We need a variety of food in our diet, but we also don't want to like put barriers on ourselves. We don't want to restrict ourselves. We don't want to restrict our mindset. Like, let's have that open mindset that our health and wellness is absolutely worth it. So you can remove sugar, you can remove food dyes, and you can get results. There are, little simple things. It's not hard to get extreme results. Allergies happen because of products that we put on our skin, the food we eat, and the products we use in our home and our work environment. That's how allergies get triggered. Now, there is a study that shows as a baby, okay, if a baby, that when our skin is open, okay, and the skin can be from when you breathe or put things on your skin. So like we've got barriers within our body that are like our internal skin. That what we put on our skin at the time it's broken, okay, if we have open, dry skin, that can contribute to a future allergy. So I want you to continue to look at, like, what are you doing when your body's under stress? Even dry skin, that is a stressful condition for your skin. It can contribute to those allergies. So again, reducing stress is so important, so key. It's been shown in those studies that if you have a baby with dry skin and you constantly use coconut oil, that they can develop an allergy to coconut, more so than not. Those studies also showed the ability for that baby, if they were using almond oil or apricot oil, for those allergens to form to that oil. So just some really interesting studies around, like, how do those allergies happen? How do we develop them when we're not born with them? Again, the body is under stress. The body is broken. Your gut is broken. Your gut system is broken. GI system needs to be healed. But what we're putting in there are forming allergies. And we need to, just really look at that entire environment around us and inside in our body. So we can do better, we can make better life choices. And on the therapy side, on the conventional side, make choices to get help. Get diagnostic testing done. That is what led me down this path, is we would not be here if it had not been for diagnostic testing that gave us factual information as to what was going on inside the body. I mentioned we had allergy testing done, the traditional allergy pricking on the skin, and it showed no food. But when we did blood work, it showed that there were several food sensitivities, but also, I think 5-6 IgE food allergens. I'm going to talk about the difference as we get in today's conversation. But those are internal gut reactions. It's not always something that is a skin reaction, but an internal gut reaction, and it still is very important, very, very important for us to pick up on. So here's some little factual information for you. 1 in 3 Americans have some form of allergy today. That is a lot. I know when I was growing up as a child, I didn't see it a whole lot. I didn't see this type of epidemic going on around us. In the form of allergies, and there's some speculations as why. I try not to make any suggestion to you that I am for a vaccine or not for a vaccine. There are definitely times for a vaccine. My children are vaccinated, don't judge, but we do make choices around which ones. Okay, so there's a lot of judgment around that right now, and believe me, I am telling you that the most important thing you can do is be your own patient advocate, and do not let anybody else think that they need to form decisions for you, and no judgment at all. There's no time for that. Okay. I'm such a lover, such a pleaser, such a helper that I do not have time for that. So, we are going to put that conversation aside, but there's a lot of toxins and chemicals in our medication, in vaccinations, and we do need to be aware of that. What we can do is, tomorrow we're going to be talking about detoxification And that is key, okay? If your body does not detoxify well, it does not methylate well, which is just a fancy word of how your body metabolizes things, those toxins and chemicals, and gets those out of your system, then you may just need some help. And that's important to know. It's important to know if you're going to be put to sleep and have a medical procedure done. When we had scoping done for celiac disease, it was extremely important to talk about that with the anesthesiologist as we were going under, as to how things do not process through the body. They actually have different anesthesia, okay, for people like that. It's wonderful for you to know that walking in the door, though, to prevent further complications. So it's estimated that 1 in 20 adults, but 1 in 13 children have allergies. Our children are being affected more and more and more. It's so key, so important to just have this information so you can know what is important to look for. And every 10 years, the rate of allergies is doubling. This just shows you how important it is right now for us to look at these things. 90% of food allergies are caused by cow's milk, soy, wheat, peanuts, tree nuts, shellfish, fish, and eggs. Eggs is one thing that my clients are like, oh my gosh, but it's true. It really is something that our body can just get a lot of toxins and chemicals through the hormones and through the chicken houses and things like that. So and it's just really, really nice to just be filled with information to help us make those great decisions. So if you don't treat your body well, and here's why I'm telling you that the numbers are doubling. If you don't start today, if you don't treat your body well starting today, if you don't make decisions that are wise moving forward, then you are at risk for developing new allergies and new food sensitivities. You are not hidden because you have not had reactions in the past. I did not realize that I had anything wrong with me until my son was diagnosed and we all went through genetic testing, and I'm able to link some of my anxiety, depression, hormone imbalance, moods, acne. I mean, you can link all that back once you realize what's going on. So don't rule yourself out, okay? We all have like a path that we need to take to do better, to do more. And I'm going to get to some of that as we continue to go through today's conversation. But those new allergies can form. All right, so I want to talk about that interwoven system again that we discussed on day one, the interwoven system of your GI system, and what all does that contain? Not the GI system, but the immune system. When we talk about allergies and food sensitivities, it is the immune system that starts to attack itself. And it's, autoimmune is so prevalent today, but the immune system really around our food, the toxins and the chemicals, is it's so important to pay attention to how that immune system is working and not working, especially right now. Everybody's like wanting their immune system up here. We're going through a pandemic. Like, you just want to pay attention. So foods can either serve your body medicinally or they're working against you. It's that easy. But you need to know what foods help your body to thrive. Your body is made to work right. It is made to work appropriately, and with proper nutrition, we can get you there. So if you or someone in your household, someone in your family are dealing with autism, ADHD, asthma, allergies, please comment below. Let me know what's going on in your house. Let me know what I can help you with. How can I tailor today's conversation to help you? I want to give you encouragement, though. They can all be reversed. It is not a plague that you are stuck with for the rest of your life. All right, it can all be reversed. And we're going to talk about that some now. Food reactions surround this epidemic. The epidemic of the allergies, okay? A lot of it contributes that. Nutrition is very important at all stages of life. Even as a baby, they say that you can expose them to a wide variety of food starting at 4 to 6 months of age. Really waiting can cause more food sensitivities and more reactions. The earlier the better. There's even food powder now that moms can put on their breast as the babies are still nursing and not on that solid food yet, just to get that early exposure. And those studies are showing that that's helping our children with to decrease allergic reactions. But the main thing that we see in every situation, whether it's a child, whether it's an adult, is taking it back to inflammation. All right, the food reactions contribute to inflammation in the body. That immune system response, it's either overreactive or underreactive. Finding out where your body is, like what is going on in your system. Are you undernourished in your muscle tissue? Do you need vitamins and nutrients to support your body? Are you not absorbing even the supplements that you're taking? All right, guys, that's where I know that taking care of your health can seem a little bit pricey when it's not all covered by insurance. We have done so much, but I'm so thankful for the path that we have taken, because we were buying things blindly. All right, buying supplements, buying vitamins, we were buying food blindly. Okay, I want to give you clarity around what your body needs, and is it absorbing, or are you wasting your money? All right, it simply comes down to what is serving your body well and what is not. And you need to be able to have that clarity. You deserve that, that knowledge of when you're going and you're buying things, because nutritional deficiencies are no fun. That autoimmune attacks continue to happen when you have a wide variety of nutritional deficiencies, when you have an overreactive or underreactive immune system. So like I have mentioned before, opening the hood of the car, you and I together can really open the hood of your car, your body, and become detectives and look under the hood and see what's going on in your body. So what will a food sensitivity look like? All right, if you have a food sensitivity, that can come to you in many forms. All right, bloating, neck pain, headaches, rashes, fatigue, fluid retention, inflammation, sinus problems. There's so many forms that it can come to you. It can look like, and that's what we had, sinus problems all the time, sleep issues. Tyler would not sleep past 2 a.m. Well, the big aha moment is that histamines do a dump in your body between 2 and 4. His body can't handle that. So it was waking him up. He congested in the mornings and throughout the day, and it was worse every morning. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So RSV, acid reflux diagnoses, all these things, it can look like so many things. It can look like weight gain, depression, fever. Your immune system changes. So it's important to treat the root cause, all right, not the symptom. I could have continued to try and give him medication after medication after medication, Flonase, Zyrtec, all these things on a daily basis, but I would not have gotten to the root cause of treating what was going on in his body, helping him get to the root cause of what was going on. All I'd be doing was taking care of that symptom. And then autoimmune conditions continue to spiral. Your immune system is continuously under attack if you do not give it the support. So let's prevent chronic illness before it ever occurs. When I talk about food sensitivities, that is like a type 2 diabetic. All right, we're used to like a type 1 diabetic and a type 2. What I want to, I love like analogies and being able to visual something. So it's similar to that. So an allergy, an allergic reaction is like type 1 diabetes. It happens immediately. Not necessarily born with it, but it's usually earlier onset. Type 2 or food sensitivities, and they're the IgG. I'm giving you this information because there are people that will tell you to ignore IgG food reactions. Guys, I can tell you, there is no way we would be where we are today if we had ignored that test. Okay, still to this day, the most important thing we've ever done is test for that. So I am, to reach a state of healing, you have to reduce inflammation. You have to reduce the inflammation in your body, but they are delayed onsets. That is the difference. So it can be very confusing. Even up to 2 weeks after you eat that food, you can still be having a reaction. Usually I will say most of my clients see a reaction within 2 to 3 days. So I always like, if they're having a reaction, a flare, if they're not feeling good, just feeling off. Sometimes it's just as simple as I feel off. We go back about 2 to 3 days and we can usually find what's going on. And that's that detective mindset. Your system is very uniquely different though. Okay, I want you to find what works for you and the toxic effects that food has on your body. For me, I was feeding my child a wide variety of healthy food. Remember, my mother had cancer. We were still battling that. We were still going through that. We were already on a journey of health and wellness. I knew better than to go and, frequent Krispy Kreme donuts, although they are good. And yes, we did eat some. And I'm not telling you don't give things up. Okay. That my goal is that we heal your body and get you back to reintroducing those foods, but just knowing your limits. You need to know what limits work for you. Someone else's blood sugar limit is not your blood sugar limit. So this is very special, very much your plan. But my child's food reactions, the food reaction to corn, to soy, it's in everything. It is in everything. Eggs are in everything. So how do you know if you're reacting to something else in the muffin or the egg or something else in the taco or the egg? It's just it's really difficult. And really getting down to that. But you've got to stop poisoning your body. All right, stop poisoning yourself with those ingredients that cause you to react. You want to stop guessing. All right, I want to help you test. I want to help you test and get clarity and answers. My 2 most popular tests are the food sensitivity test and the hormone test. So much is detected from those 2 tests that I want to encourage you to think about that. Think about how that would change your life. Think about what path that could set for you. All right, think about what symptoms, what things in your life could be related to your food. Think about how nutrition could set a different path for you. During day 1 and day 2 of this workshop, we talked about your gut and how that is how it ballooning out many different times can cause that lining to be permeable. All right, are you overfeeding your body with these same proteins, and that gut permeability is allowing that to systemically leak out into your system? How can we change that? I want to give you a plan that's going to work for your body. I want to give you a plan that's going to make you feel so full of energy, so full of life, and just hide those symptoms forever and get rid of that. Irritable bowel syndrome can show up. It can be that sneaky demon that just causes you to be running back and forth to a restroom, needing to know where the restroom is everywhere you go. All right, but there's a lot of symptoms that are related around that. Is it abdominal cramping, even hair loss? Because if we're not absorbing nutrients, then our body can be having hair loss. It can not just so many spiral spins, chronic fatigue, the asthma. So the 3 main sources of asthmatic inflammation, since I mentioned asthma, are infection, allergies, and toxins. We want to look at how we can reduce all of those effects and not run from a diagnosis, but is a diagnosis really necessary when we look at the health of our body? Or can we treat that from the ground up? Sensitivities are very different than allergies. There's no immunotherapy treatment for food sensitivities. All right, I want to mention that because today we are seeing huge breakthroughs in our medical community, and thank the Lord, because Immunotherapy is being able to desensitize some kids from their peanut allergies, from their egg allergies. One of my daughter's friends had a banana allergy recently, and she was desensitized from that and can now have bananas. That's great. One of her favorite foods. When it's a food sensitivity, though, and our gut is broken down, there is no help like that, all right? The help is healing your body. It is healing your gut. It is reducing the inflammation, strengthening the lining and the gut barrier of the intestines. So you've got to heal your body then from the inside out. You've got to strengthen that immune system. It takes time. It takes time. It is not an easy path, but y'all, it is so doable. And I don't want to say it's not easy. It is not easy by yourself. All right. I encourage you to let me hold your hand, to let you allow me to help you go down that path to where everything we've discussed up to this point and today, you can get huge relief from those symptoms. Shift your thinking from, oh, I'll do that, next year. It's going to get worse. All right. Our body under an inflammatory state is worse and worse and worse. Once you have an autoimmune condition, it is a spiral spin to more and more. We oftentimes see one after another, and it's, a lot of these IBS symptoms, the gas, the bloating, the constipation, and then the client goes, oh, and I'm on an antidepressant medication, I've got anxiety, the gut is broken, and the gut's not only causing more food sensitivities to happen, but that gut-brain connection has been affected. So we want to be strong. We want to shift that thinking. Why is this important to you? All right. Why is it important to you? I know for me, I had to get my family on a path of health and wellness. I wanted to teach my kids that there was a different way, that we were not going to continue to run back and forth to the doctor's office and sit there and wait for another answer that was very similar to what we got before, but to just leave there with a new medication. I knew there had to be a better way. What are you hungry for? Are you hungry for that change? Okay. Are you hungry for what we talked about of just like having your stomach feel better, being able to eat a variety of foods, being able to lose that weight, being able to reduce the sinus pressure, the migraines, the headache, the gas, the bloating, the constipation? What is it that you're struggling with that I can help you with? Look at your career and your relationships. All right. Are you able to show up and be the best you? Are you able to do that? Are you suffering from day to day to get up and get to be the mom, the wife, the coworker, the careered person that you want to be? We have to take charge of our life. I want you to know that change is there for you. Change is right around the corner. It just takes getting those answers. It takes allowing someone to hold your hand, allowing me to help you be accountable. You need that accountability partner. It's hard when we want our husband to be our accountability partner and everybody in the house is moody and ill over it. That doesn't work very well. If you've tried that, you know what I'm talking about. Get someone to help you physically and emotionally. I want to help you read lab results. All right, get results. I can't help you read them if we don't get them first, but to help you form that clarity. We will learn about your body together. Your body's different than everybody else's. You cannot fit in a box. And I never want to and make you think I'm talking negatively about, a physician, a doctor. No, they're doing what they're trained to do. There's a lot of teaching around that. They've gone to school for that specialization, but you may not fit into that specialization. All right, you deserve an individualized plan, something that's going to work for your body. We're going to train together on what your body needs and allow your body to tell us the story. All right, your body is the one that can tell us what direction we need to take, and that's what we're going to do. You have a specialist like myself to speak with all the time. I have people texting me, calling me, pretty much 24/7. There's specific office hours where you can make appointments, but fine-tuning your path for perfection. And I just want to ask you, what would that look like? What does that path to perfection look like for you? For this reason, I'm wanting, and I am going to offer you today like a promotional offer and discount into my 6-month coaching program. This is something I have not done in a while. And that 6-month coaching program really sets that path for perfection. The transformation takes time in coaching. That's why it's 6 months. It's not one. It's a 6-month program because remember, we have to remove what's coming in and affecting your body. We have to repair your body, replace the nutrients that are missing. All right, go back and replace those. Replace it with nutrition. Just reintroduce foods that we had to take away. And I always tell my client, go ahead and pick the 3 that are the most important to you. Those are the ones we're going to work on first. So we're not going to bring back like the gross stuff. I want to work on what's important to you, but rebalancing the body. I want to stop the frustration and the confusion. Let's avoid that. Let's avoid trying to do it on your own. I know a lot of my clients have already had a food sensitivity test done. And maybe those results are something that we can use in the program, and that's great. But a lot of times, it did not give the path to clarity. And sometimes it's just because you don't have someone to help you. Like you get the results and you're like, okay, totally overwhelmed. Where do we go from here? Let's not do that. Like I want to offer you something better. I want to tell you that like I am going to read the results to you, with you. Okay. So, when somebody completes a testing with me, they're emailed to you. You get that copy. We're going over those on Zoom together. It's not something where we have to be face to face. So the good news is you don't have to drive to me. You don't have to sit in a waiting room. Just like this, we are face to face. Now, if you are in my local area and you need some help, I have met clients face to face. So I'm here to offer you what you need. Again, we set that path to what's going to work for you. I'm excited for those of you that have already scheduled consults this week. I actually start those today. I'm super excited. So I start talking to some new clients today. And if you haven't scheduled your consult, please set that up. If you have not been getting emails, let me know. The emails give you the calendar invites. They give you all the links to these videos so you can go back and watch the replays at your convenience. It allows you to invite your friends, okay? So you can share this information. You can talk the same language. Message me so we can get that set up. I want to go back over one very important thing about the testing that I do and how it's set apart from others. I always test for candida and yeast, and I want to tell you why. So candida and an IgG antibody reaction to candida has been found in patients who report many symptoms of yeast overgrowth and chronic conditions. Candida can overgrow in areas where the intestinal mucosal lining needs to be absorbing vitamins and nutrients. It causes so many symptoms in the body, to include those microscopic holes in that intestinal barrier. It's a huge inflammatory response. It's very important to get all the information, all right? Don't piecemeal this to where you're taking baby steps, because that's where the frustration, the confusion comes in. It's time for transformation, guys. It is time for movement. But that candida can cause a huge wide variety of disorders. I see candida overgrowth linked to autism, multiple sclerosis. Let me go back to so in our babies, they are being fed Hep B, which is a yeast, tons of yeast from day one. Okay. And then given vaccines and medications on top. If their body is not detoxing well, it is at huge risk from day one. Okay, and this is how it's affecting our children. But even in us adults, okay, we can have a diet that is filling our bodies with that yeast, and it is causing chronic conditions, multiple sclerosis, depression, chronic fatigue, I can go on and on with fibromyalgia, irritable bowel syndrome. We have to see if Candida is the root cause. Okay, we have to, it affects weight gain, and I talked about that yesterday. It is so prevalent in today's society that we need to look at that. We need to see if your immune system is compromised. But those immune compromised clients of mine can have life-threatening complications from Candida when it enters into the bloodstream. It is not something that you want to be plagued with. It is something that you want to really detect and get down and get that out. I want to look at, there are some medical treatments that contribute. So, I want to be able to have you in my system, on my radar, so we can ask those questions and talk about, are you on some type of treatment? Are you on different antibiotics? Are you on like any type of oral medication that would allow that Candida to continue to grow and grow and grow in your body, and get down to that root cause so we can look at how things begin in the gut, how that imbalance of bacteria is happening in your system. What probiotic do you need to serve your body well? Or again, we've got to target the probiotic toward what you need. So do you know what foods are right for you? Where are you right now on this journey? I see some people are watching. We've got a few minutes left, but I want to see who can interact with me and give me, let me know what the root cause of food has been for you. Do you know? Have you had that tested? Is it causing your energy, your mood, your focus, your performance to be off? Are you still searching for answers to your health, to your wellness, to your fatigue, to your sleep? Tomorrow we discuss hormones and detoxification. All of this contributes. It's a building pattern. I'm building up to your lifestyle that we're going to touch on day 5. All right. What you can do in your lifestyle, how that lifestyle is affected. I want you to leave this week feeling energized. I want you motivated and equipped to make smart decisions around your health care. The information is key. I've mentioned before that if you don't have the education, then the anxiety sets in. So you need to have the information and the education to make those decisions. What would a healing program look like for you? Have you thought about that? Have you thought about how you could catapult your life? How you can get rid of the symptoms that are holding you back? How can you stop frustration and leave exhaustion behind? So many are just like, I'm tired, I'm exhausted. I hear all the time, how do you do so much? And I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, I'm doing exactly what I want to do. How do you do so much? Let's make people ask you that when you leave your exhaustion behind. Look at your gut and your hormone, your adrenals, your food reactions, your thyroid. We will look at everything. We'll take it all into consideration. Have you thought about how they work together? How they work against each other? I'm going to help you find clarity, passion, and purpose in your life. That is so important. Clarity, passion, and purpose. Clarity on what and why. What do you want to do? Why do you want to do it? How are you making those decisions? We're going to practice like an athlete. All right, your life is your athletic journey. We want to reduce the anxiety and the depression. I've talked about how those relate back to gut disorders. It's not all in your head. It actually is starting down here. There's confusion, there's shame, and there's guilt a lot of times for letting ourselves go, for not taking care of it before. Don't sit here months from now still with that confusion, the shame, and the guilt. That is not a fun place to be. You want to stop all of that. Stop randomly trying new products and new things. Stop rolling the dice. Stop having Band-Aid effects. Stop taking shortcuts around your health and wellness. We want to get in there with a comprehensive plan as to how we can heal your body. We want to create psychological changes so you can show up as who you are. Are you a mom? Are you a wife? That business leader? Let's change the way you're able to show up so you can reach the goals and the dreams, so you can help those around you reach their goals and their dreams. We want to work on your diet, your lifestyle, your mindset, your energy. When I say diet, I mean nutrition. I am not talking about any of the fad stuff. So we talked about that yesterday, kicking all that to the curb, looking at proper nutrition to heal your body, to give your body the nutrition it needs. So what I need from you is I need a commitment. I do have an application form that will be emailed to you. If you're not on the email list, please comment below. If you're watching and you are not on the email list, if you're not getting the emails about this week's workshop, about the specials that are going on, about the discounts that are going on, let me know. I want to get that information to you. The application will go out. And today I want to give you again that offer, the offer to get into my 6-month coaching program. This is the lowest price you're going to see it again ever. And here's why. I have extremely good news. On November the 1st, we are rolling out a new business model. I am rolling out a model to invite new coaches to come in, and we are growing, okay? Growing as a business, growing as a community. More and more people are joining us. I'm so super excited to be able to help them. But what I have done is, because of this workshop, I'm taking prices back to where it was when business started. Okay, you're going to find that on my membership site. When you get to the point of registration, you're going to see the prices of November the 1st. But you have a discount, an early bird discount, to get in there and get in now. Okay, at my startup prices. That's what we're doing this week for the workshop. We're growing and we are rolling out new business and new storefront next week. So you want to get in now. This is the last time that offer will be priced at that. The offer will be priced at that price. That doesn't make sense, but anyway, that's the way it came out. So in this 6-month program, what do you get? We dive very, very deep into your personalized plan. What can work for you? We look at personalized testing. Which testing do you need? How we can make the changes to enhance your life and your well-being. You get one-on-one calls with me. All right, we talk like this, but we are live together. I want to hear everything from you and how I can help you. I have office hours, and I'm available daily. My clients are able to contact me anytime, any day. That is what I have to offer. You receive access to online modules of training. And if you've liked this week, this is just a tidbit of information compared to what you get. But it gives you a taste of what you can find inside our workshops, and inside our training classes, inside the group, inside my program. So I want to continue to hold your hand. I want to add more and more as this information is helpful for you. If you do not find what you're looking for, this is the promise to my clients. That information is growing and growing and growing. So if something's not in there and you're looking for that, there's already 7 bonus materials. You know why? Because my clients mentioned something and it triggered a thought for me. And I'm like, I need to train them on the underlying root cause. I need to train them. That is what, that's how I want to serve. That is how I want to serve you. I want to open up my heart. I do not want you to go through life or through your wellness journey and hit those road bumps that we hit. It was expensive. It was time consuming, very, very, very time consuming. On the road, getting answers. So you really have 2 choices to make at this point. One, you can keep trying. You can keep doing what you're doing. All right. Is it getting where you need to be? Where is your family suffering? Are you having the weight gain? Are you having autoimmune diagnoses? Are you having gallbladders taken out? What are you doing? All right. Is it working? When you had the gallbladder removed, how'd that leave you feeling? Are you having elective hysterectomies because your hormones are out of whack and things aren't serving you well? Or you can change your mindset. You can change your mindset and tell yourself you're worth it. You can tell yourself you're worth getting serious about making change, about educating you and your family. That is why you will see a lot of my information that I'm working with families. I'm helping families get to the root cause and making change. The reason is because one person in my family changed the trajectory for our entire family. Honestly. My husband still has this gallbladder. I'm telling y'all, that is and all I did was ask him to give me 3 months. It was not easy, but I begged, give me 3 months. I'm asking you, what does that look like for you? What would that change do for you? This program gives you predictable and practical and long-term results. There's no sitting in waiting rooms. You have access to my calendar. You have my phone number. You get answers as we take deep dives under the hood and look in your car, your life. You are worth it. Can you provide like an ounce of discipline? I don't want to tell you, like, I know you've tried stuff before, you wouldn't be here. Okay. But some things that you try, it's you and it's all you. And you don't have that accountability partner, and you have to have so much discipline. Just bring me a little bit. All right. Just bring me a little bit of discipline and let me do the rest. That's what it is. That's what it means to have a coach. I had a coach through probably the last 2 years of our journey. And I don't know what I would have done without her. I mean, she was in Michigan. Okay. We weren't anywhere near each other. But the phone call, the sharing of labs, the sharing of tests, her helping me decide what path to take next, where do we go after this? Because I was anxious. I was anxious as I was taking care of my child. I wasn't able to make those clear decisions. And I didn't have the education at the time. I didn't have the information, didn't have the journey. So believe me, coaching is so important. I've done my own. I've traveled this road. I'm going to hold your hand. My family is working alongside you. All right. We're not done yet. All right. That's the thing. It's like, it's a 6-month coaching program, but this is a lifestyle change. I promise you it will change your life forever. And you're going to sit there and you're going to go, I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. So I can promise you my family is not done yet. All right. We're going to work alongside you. We goof up sometimes. We're human. We like to live life as well. So if you goof up, you got to become back on track. You got to remember how to come back on track. Don't put all that on your shoulders. Let me help you. Okay. If you wake up one morning in a flare, you have access to me. I have people texting me, I'm in a flare today. What do I do? So I'm going to do the work alongside you. All right. Who's ready? Who's ready for that change? Who's ready to get answers? Who's ready to walk that path? All right. I need you to look for 2 things in your emails today. I need you to look for the application. And if you're ready to get serious, if you're ready to give me that ounce of discipline, I want you to work with me. Food is our medicine, and we're going to do this. We've got 2 days remaining. So don't give up on me. Stay with me. Watch the videos, watch the replays, catch up, because the information is so valuable and so key. I want your life changed forever. All right. So tune in with me. Come back tomorrow, and I will talk to you tomorrow about hormones, hormone balancing, and detoxification. How could I forget that? I love detoxification. I could probably do a whole workshop around that, and may do that at some point, because detoxification is so important. But anyway, thank you, Marilyn, for the information. Thank you, Brenda. So hormones and detoxification tomorrow, lifestyle changes. We are getting to the end, but y'all hang in there with me. Look again for the application. If you are looking for change in your life, I want to hear about that and see how we can work together, because I want to hold your hand. I want to finish this journey for you, and help you make a path for the entire rest of your life. Have a good afternoon.